There's a stretch of road in southwest Scotland that has gained a reputation over the years for strange phenomena. That road is the A75. I'm Gabrielle, and this is TheEndReel, where I tell true ghost stories, folklore, myths, legends, and strange cases that defy explanation. Real accounts retold for those of us who can't help but wonder what lingers after death, and what's waiting just beyond what we understand. So wherever you're listening from, turn down the lights and let's begin. The A75 is a busy, functional road connecting Gretna to Stranraer, used daily by commuters and freight drivers. Yet, for decades, it has accumulated more reports of unusual experiences than any other road in the UK. The A75 has been flagged repeatedly as a dangerous road. Police Scotland and Transport Scotland have recorded high numbers of serious accidents, a significant number of single vehicle crashes, and drivers leaving the road without clear external causes. In some cases, drivers involved in accidents reported confusion and poor recollection of what happened immediately beforehand. Fatigue is frequently cited, so is loss of concentration, but those explanations don't tell the whole story. Witnesses have described phantom vehicles, vanishing pedestrians, ghostly animals, and even time slips. There are accounts from regular drivers, families, and even truckers who all report unsettling incidents that can't be explained by logic or science. The road isn't just a route from one place to another. For some, it's a place where reality itself feels distorted. The A75 runs through Dumfries and Galloway, connecting Gretna in the east with Stranraer in the west. It's a major road for local traffic and travellers heading to the ferries. But it's more than just a transport link. The stretch known as the Kinmount Strait has become infamous for sightings of ghostly figures, mysterious creatures, and unsettling time distortions. These incidents are often isolated, but they repeat enough to make the road one of the most haunted in the UK, at least according to those who have lived through the experiences. One of the most frequently reported phenomena along the A75 is phantom vehicles. Over the years, many drivers have described seeing spectral trucks or lorries that appear out of nowhere in their mirrors, only to vanish when they turn around or change lanes. Horse-drawn carriages sometimes appearing out of the fog, only to fade away before drivers can make sense of what they saw. These reports don't just appear in modern accounts, they stretch back decades, with some drivers even believing they've nearly collided with these vehicles, only to find no sign of impact when they stop. Alongside phantom vehicles, many drivers have claimed to see ghostly pedestrians or animals crossing the road. Figures that suddenly dart across the tarmac, causing drivers to swerve, only to discover that there's nothing there when they stop. One report from 1995 details a couple, Garson and Monica Miller, who were driving near Annan when they saw a middle-aged man wearing a Hessian sack folded over his head, and his hands were outstretched towards the direction of their car, with what looked like a rag in his hand. They were convinced they had hit him, but when they reversed to check, the figure had vanished. Others have seen animals, especially large, shadowy creatures, that vanish just as quickly. They describe the sensation of almost hitting something, only to find there's no sign of an impact. Perhaps the most famous account comes from Derek and Norman Ferguson, who were driving along the Kinmount Strait in 1962 when they had a series of encounters that they couldn't explain. According to their report, they first saw a large hen flying directly towards their windscreen, only for it to vanish just before impact. The hen was followed by a woman running towards their car, arms outstretched, and soon after a screaming man with long hair. The strange procession continued with sightings of wild animals, including cats, dogs, goats, and more hens, all of which disappeared when the brothers tried to get a closer look. As the bizarre events unfolded, the temperature inside their car dropped dramatically. When they stopped the car, it began to sway violently, but when Derek stepped out, the motion ceased. Later, the brothers reported seeing a furniture van that appeared and vanished in front of them. The A75 is often associated with strange phenomenon known as time slips, where individuals report experiencing a sudden temporary shift into the past. One of the most famous accounts, that again involves Derek and Norman Ferguson, who claimed that they saw a farmhouse from a different era, with a ghostly party happening inside. They tried to locate the house again, but it had disappeared, leaving no trace of the strange vision they had witnessed. This concept of time slipping is often linked to locations like Kelhead Water, an area adjacent to the A75 known for strange occurrences. Some have suggested that the road, with its long straight stretches, creates an environment where the brain can lose its grasp on time and space, or where the past bleeds into the present. In the 1970s, a group of women from Eastriggs claimed to have witnessed a weird creature along the Kinmount Strait. Descriptions of the creature vary, but it was described as something otherworldly, which prompted the women to stop and later report the sighting. In 1997, Donna Maxwell and her children were driving along the A75 when they saw a man jump out in front of their car. She was travelling at 50 miles per hour and braked hard and braced for impact. When she opened her eyes, the man had disappeared, and there was no evidence of a collision. Police searched the area but found nothing. Donna Maxwell later described the man as being in his 30s and wearing a red t-shirt and dark trousers. This event was officially reported and remains unexplained. What's striking about these accounts isn't any single sighting, it's the pattern. Again and again, drivers describe the same sequence: certainty of seeing something, reacting to it, and then an absence of anything physical. They don't say they imagined something, they say they knew something was there, until it wasn't. Over the years, drivers have described a strange sense of time distortion on the A75. Some believe they'd only been driving for a short stretch, only to discover much more time had passed. Others said the journey felt unusually long, even though the traffic was light and conditions were normal. What makes the A75 different isn't just the stories, it's the road itself. Large sections are long, straight, and visually repetitive. There are few landmarks to anchor your sense of progress. At night, the road is dark, bordered by woodland and open land, with very little variation in scenery. Road safety experts have pointed out that these conditions are ideal for fatigue and loss of situational awareness, especially for drivers who are already tired or travelling long distances. In other words, the road doesn't demand your attention, and that's when perception starts to slip. Experts offer several possible explanations. Some suggest the phenomena could be the result of fatigue, highway hypnosis, or optical illusions caused by the road's layout. Others point to the region's long history and the local folklore of thin places, areas where boundaries between the physical and spiritual world feel less distinct. Still, these stories persist, whether they're optical illusions, psychological effects, or genuine encounters with something otherworldly. The A75 remains a road that makes people look twice. And it's the kind of road that will leave you wondering, what's really going on here? Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe and leave a comment with your thoughts below. It helps more curious souls find their way right here. Please let me know if you've ever experienced any weird occurrences while driving, or if you have travelled the A75 yourself and seen anything that I have mentioned. New episodes drop regularly, each one a dive into the strange, the haunted, and the things we were never meant to understand. Until next time, keep your lights low, your curiosity high, and stay tuned for the next episode of TheEndReel.